Have you ever waited so long for something that you almost gave up hope? What if I told you that sometimes the longest waits carry the deepest lessons of life? This is the story of a farmer, a man who discovered that patience is not just about waiting, it's about what you become while you wait. Stay with me till the end, because his journey may just change the way you see your own struggles.
Long ago, in a small village surrounded by hills and rivers, there lived a farmer named Raghav. He was not rich. He had no grand fields or expensive tools, just a tiny patch of land, a pair of worn-out oxen, and a dream bigger than the skies.
Raghav believed in one thing: if you work hard and stay patient, life will reward you. Every morning before the sun even rose, he would walk to his field with hope in his eyes. He tilled the soil with his bare hands, his sweat dripping into the earth, as if his very soul was watering the land. But the land was stubborn. The soil was dry. The rains came late, and harvests were small. Yet Raghav never complained. He smiled, whispered to himself, "One day, this land will give me everything." The villagers often mocked him. "Raghav," they laughed, "why do you waste your time? You could work in the city, earn money, and live better." But Raghav only replied, "Gold may lie in the city, but blessings are buried in the soil. I will wait for my blessings." Years passed. Season after season, Raghav worked the same field. Sometimes he grew a little grain, sometimes nothing at all. His clothes became older, his hands rougher, and his heart heavier. At night, when his children asked, "Father, why don't we have enough food like the others?" Raghav would hold them close and whisper, "Because our story is still being written, and the best chapters always take time." But deep inside, even he wondered, how long must I wait? How long must I fight? One summer, the village faced its worst drought in decades. The riverbeds cracked, trees turned lifeless, and many farmers abandoned their fields. Some sold their land, some left the village forever. People told Raghav, "You're a fool. This land will never give you anything. Leave it, save yourself." But Raghav, he stayed. He looked at the dry soil, and though his heart broke, his spirit whispered, "Not yet. This land still holds my future." So while others left, he planted seeds in the dry earth, even when he knew they might not sprout. Every day he carried water in clay pots, pouring drops into the thirsty ground. The sun burned his skin, his back ached, but he refused to stop. And people called him mad. Then, one night, after years of disappointment and struggle, something happened. Dark clouds gathered over the village. Winds blew, lightning flashed, and for the first time in a long time, the skies opened. Rain. Not just drops, but storms of water, flooding the cracked earth, soaking the thirsty soil. The seeds Raghav had planted, the ones people laughed at, finally drank life. Days turned into weeks, and the field that once looked like a graveyard began to bloom. Green shoots covered the land, spreading like a miracle across the horizon. And when harvest time came, Raghav's field stood like gold.
wheat so tall and heavy that villagers could not believe their eyes. The same land that everyone abandoned, the same soil they mocked, now shone with abundance. Tears rolled down Raghav's face, not because of the crops, but because his patience had finally spoken. The land had tested him, life had tested him, but his waiting was not wasted.
The villagers rushed to him. "Raghav, you were right," they said. "You waited, and your patience gave you everything."
But Raghav only smiled and replied, "No, the crops are not the gift. The real gift was the patience I learned while waiting."
And isn't that true for all of us? In life, we all wait. For success, for love, for healing, for answers. Sometimes we feel like giving up. Sometimes we think our wait is useless. But remember this farmer's story. Because life's deepest lessons are not in the things we receive, but in the strength we build while waiting. So the next time you feel tired, the next time you think nothing is changing, hold on a little longer. Maybe, just maybe, your blessing is already on its way. And when it comes, you will realize that the long wait was never wasted. My friend, if this story touched your heart, share it with someone who needs patience today. Tell me in the comments, what are you waiting for in life right now? And if you want more stories like this, don't forget to subscribe. Because sometimes one story is all it takes to change the way you see your life.